I know I was going live a little while ago. At least I thought I was, but I think I had like a technical little laptop sucks. Okay, so I'm looking crazy. The color on this thing is bogus. It's just bogus. I mean, obviously I don't have a big. So you're inside my little apartment. You see my clothes behind me. Hold on. Let me check something. If you think I need to do something, then tell me in the comments. Hold on. I need to make this picture big. I think is what I'm trying to do. Okay. So as you know, from the title of this, I have been trying to upload a video like I normally do for the last 2 hours. And both Facebook and Instagram have been blocking me from doing that. Okay. So I want to share this with y'all the way that I figured out a way to hopefully play this video for y'all. So bear with me and try to watch this video with me. All right. I'm going to hold it like this and I'm going to press play real quick. Now, if I get murdered, then
hey, what's up, guys? Thank you for joining me for story time. I'm obviously looking all crazy and sweaty because it's hot as hell today. Don't know how you're spending your Sunday, but for me, I am actually out with my husband. He's working, and I'm also lashless, so I'm probably looking a little strange right now because I'm not wearing any lashes. So, anyway, so the reason I made this video, let's just cut to the chase. The reason I made this video is because people are always asking me, what happened, Emerald? Why did you go to jail? Okay? And I probably answer this question probably about 7 to 8 times a week, literally. Even if someone tells somebody else, then that other person will still come back and want to hear from me. So I'm making this video so that whoever wants to know why I went to jail can just watch this video. And if someone asks you, then you can just forward it to them. So anyways, as we all know, most of you, and for the ones that don't, is my situation with the U.S. Department of Justice started in September 2006. A month earlier, I was a victim of a robbery homicide, and my friends had got killed while we were in a robbery. So as you know, in the District of Columbia, we do not have statehood. So we don't have like a separate layer of state attorneys. If you have any type of interaction with any type of criminal situation, whether you're the victim or if you're the, party that is considered the offender, then you have to deal with the U.S. Department of Justice. I used to think that was a good thing. I used to think that, this is USDOJ, it just seemed like it was, the perfect set of situation. That could not be further from the truth. Actually, during the course of my case, I was aligned with several members of the U.S. District Attorney's, well, not District Attorney, but the U.S. Department of Justice Criminal Division, Homicide Division Office. And during the course of that, I was actually sexually assaulted, and I reported it the next day. I'm not going to get into too many heavy details because you can actually access that information pretty easily in some of the postings and some of the things that I have filed online. So anyhow, I had reported it the next day, and I thought that it would be swift justice. I thought that it would be, I just thought everything would be okay. And, just for the record, like, a lot of people don't know that Emerald Wilson-Bey that you know today and Emerald Wilson-Bey from September 2006 is actually two different people. If you knew me in September 2006, then you knew that I was probably about 80 pounds, 85 pounds. I was the biggest drug addict there was. I was just completely out there on drugs, and I was just really vulnerable to authority and to anything that maybe, and I want to be careful what I say here because I don't want to blame myself. Sometimes I talk about it in a way that when I look back on how I talk about it, it's almost as if I'm blaming myself for being a drug addict. Maybe this wouldn't have happened to me if I wasn't, this way. But basically, I was night and day. The person that you know and see today, anybody from back then can tell you was a stark contrast to who I am now. So anyway, long story short, that situation actually derailed my sobriety, my quest for sobriety, by about another 6 years. I didn't get clean from drugs until 2009, roughly 2009, 2010. And I blame that situation actually because, I was separated from things that, you know, would have kept me on drugs, but I think that situation depressed me, and the handling that the U.S. Department of Justice, the lack of handling, if you will, towards my situation when I reported it. I had actually conceived a child at that time, and to this day, the whereabouts of my son's remains have been kept from me. I believe that that happened because the DNA of my son who passed away, would have matched the DNA of the U.S. attorney that raped me, and they, till this day, have blocked me from ever knowing where my son is buried. So rest in peace to my son. I don't want to get too deep on this. I don't want to cry right now. I just wanted to kind of answer this question. So, long story short, I have been fighting for justice for my rape for the last 19 years now. And as of December 2021, I had decided to file a lawsuit against the U.S. Department of Justice because they had basically stonewalled all my activities. It wasn't until December of 2021 when I filed that lawsuit. And 5 days later, I was in my backyard with my daughter, my youngest, hashtag baby Hermosa, I call her online. But I was in the backyard with her